Hey guys, welcome to our review of Kamen Rider 01, episode 27. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have
Cinder Blaze.
And Makotoa.
dudes. Welcome back. On today's episode, we're going to be watching along with you. That's not what this is. We watched it yesterday, so you can comment on it and we can talk about it in the back half of this episode. But for the time being, let's get to our thoughts. And all right, I'm there. I'm there at the part where you guys are at, where 01 is not that great anymore, and I'm kind of sad about it.
Man.
It sucks. The conclusion, though, to go into some positives, the conclusion to the Fire Dude arc was good because they didn't decide to do a very strange thing characterization wise with the firefighter, or with the human gear firefighter. I don't understand the hesitation of the actual firefighter though in the dude risking his life because there are backups. I like, this is a conflict that maybe it was present in the earlier episodes, but now with all the backups and stuff, like, these guys aren't important enough to not be able to make backups of themselves. So I don't know.
That's just speculative, though, right? Like we have no idea if that's the case, so it's like that doesn't help.
Oh,
but...
no. We saw a few episodes ago the lawyer guy. He was, Ho Soldier. He was just brought back in a new body. He's fine.
Oh, I thought you
This
said
data-
that. I thought you said that we didn't know if they could do that with this guy.
Oh, no. I'm just saying, like, I have a feeling they can. He's not like
Yeah, that's the thing that made me kind of like upset about this episode too. That's so many things, among things. Like, you could have. Why did it? You know, why?
Yeah.
Why didn't they just have him go in, don't they have more than one even? Like, they had a whole team of firefighters with the humans. Why is he alone? Why didn't he have more? He could have had somebody hold up the wall and then another one go in and not breathe in the smoke, right? Like, there were so many loose ends, there were so many plot holes, there were so many inconsistencies in this episode that it took me out of it so hard. I couldn't really enjoy that really nice moment where he did sacrifice himself, and that composition was really nice. Like, they did a really nice job on that. It actually pulled on your heartstrings a little bit, and like you guys said, it redeemed the character for you. But for me, at the same time, I couldn't forget how bad the start of this was. So it's like hard for me to have that heartstring pull when I know there's so many stupid situations that brought us to this point where this didn't have to happen, that I couldn't enjoy it as much.
I agree in the sense that, like, what the camera was telling you to feel was very different than what the setup made you feel. And there was some real tonal dissonance in that made me think, why is this show talking down to us in such a way and attempting to make us feel this way when clearly they haven't, like, done the work to really make the scene pay off as well as they wanted it to.
Yeah.
It sucks because honestly they had the framework of a good idea. Like, I really would have liked to see the human gear actually, like, save the fireman or something. Like, he did do something where, only a human gear could do, and, like, lift the entire thing. That's great. Awesome stuff. 10 out of 10. But yeah, I don't know. The rest sort of fell flat. And then the fact that it was a lot of the conflict, like a lot of the drama stuff, was projected so far out. You could see all of this play out. The fact that they, like, leaned in really hard didn't help.
Yeah. Like, in the heat of the moment, Like you could tell when they were just like standing there, and it's like, oh no, there's a rock here, and I'm just like, okay, just get it over with. We know he's the only one who can like lift it
Yeah.
up. But then, like, also like in that moment, I was feeling like, where the hell is Zero One, Fua, and
Exactly.
Yaiba?
Yeah.
Like all three of their asses just sitting there, like down there. Like they have to at least tell us that they can't henshin in like the
Yeah.
fire because Zero One has a
Which
fire form
wouldn't make
and
sense, period. But yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
and he
no, it
has an
wouldn't.
ice form, both of which would probably do
Exactly.
some work in the situation.
Actually, you know what? Then again,
And then
now
he
that I
also has
think
like the
about it,
freaking hidden metal where he can just have the insects just do everything for him. Like,
now that I think about it, though, these large animals come crashing through buildings and pretty much damage its structural integrity in a building that's already on fire.
They could have
We've
henshin
seen it.
before they went in. Let's
Yeah, that's
go.
true. Fair. But
Yeah.
also, it's so weird to me that Fua decided I'm not going to use rider armor to guard myself. I'm going to use just some water.
A bucket of water,
maybe,
and then
maybe this is
I'll bring the other girl with me, but not dunk her in water.
God, don't give her any water protection.
here's my theory on that. Maybe it's just really hot in the rider suits. So he just like, you know
Then
what?
take off the jacket.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, Aruto just ditches. He's like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I hope you guys can handle it. I gotta go." And he just does this other like random investigation, which I hated that too, because when he confronts the sniper and blows up his little like sniper rifle, the smoke or whatever from the resulting explosion, oh, he got away. What? What? How stupid do you think we are?
I mean,
Really
like,
stupid, because guess what? The firefighter went into the smoke and he had no problem, but then they even addressed the smoke. Oh yeah, you're a human gear. You should be fine because there's smoke, but he didn't even have a mask. He's going in as a firefighter, doesn't even have a respirator on. And yet the smoke at
That
least looked
honestly,
good.
that I can forgive.
I
Like
can't
not having
forgive
a
it if they
respirator.
bring it up. If they bring it up and mention it as a like caveat for why the human gear has a superiority over the humans, then because it didn't end up mattering.
I don't know. I feel like this episode was like poorly structured around events that they wanted to happen. Like I think Ichichi or like the human gear's sacrifice, that scene where he's kind of like melted and kind of like holding the rock. They wanted that scene to be in there. They wanted the Jin and Bowser fight to be there. And I think that if
Did they want it to be there? Because it didn't look like they wanted that fight to be.
No,
I mean, like,
boy, was that underwhelming.
They didn't want Zero One to be like dealing with the writer at that moment. So they're just like, okay, well, let's drop something so he at least did something. And then Fua just tracks him down anyways. So it didn't really matter. Like, in the end, it's not like they kind of like kept it like a mystery or anything like that. They resolved it this episode just because they knew the timing of when things got resolved to be what they were for.
Yeah, like if they just needed an obstacle and that's the one they chose. It didn't really help that the episode was centered around certain, like a smoky type thing. But
That
I at
convenient.
that
That can.
at that point I wasn't invested enough to where I cared enough about that being an issue. What I really cared about was like the actual character elements, and they didn't hit well. The one that almost did was Arto picking up the body and bringing it away because
Yeah.
yeah, one of my employees worked really hard today. Like it still, it shows that he cares, whether or not it's a bit like
Hello,
he's
Sport.
fine. He's not like they aren't tied to that body. You can make a new one, and I hope you do. But
Like for me,
I like the sentiment that it showed. I don't know the
I really like that scene just because I feel like Arto's actor is really good at. He's a pretty good actor, like
yeah
compared to a lot of the other Kamen Rider actors, and I kind of like really felt that genuine like you know he really like loves human gears. Like he was
yeah.
basically raised by one, so just kind of seeing that compassion through him, I really liked.
Hmm.
However, when the writing is so bad and like he's just kind of like not allowed to do normal things, like normal rational things, it's just kind of like what on earth is going on here, and why isn't anything being resolved normally? And that's something that like I kind of miss a lot from like Kamen Rider like build. I mean, yes, it did
Yeah.
have its like weird things that happened at the very end, but like all the characters were mostly taking like logical steps and they just kind of let everything like play out naturally, whereas this one just like as unnatural as possible. Like literally Izu's recording the entire
Yep.
conversation and like Thouser is just committing crime just like out in the
Yeah.
open. Like I know
Mhm.
you guys have that whole like bet going on. Maybe that was why Arto wasn't like saving the lives of his vice president and his human gear and his assistant. You know, because you know the bet is very important. Like who cares about their lives in that burning
Yeah.
building?
Yeah, who cares? Who cares? The bet's important.
I,
That's what matters to our protagonist. No, I
yeah,
really hate that like somehow we had Fua, right? Like he fights Thouser over the evidence and freaking Aruto just watches.
Yeah, is not helpful whatsoever.
I'm,
That pinata too. That didn't help either. That
It was like a sad fart.
no, he literally just like tossed it towards them. He's like,
yeah.
That's what happens when you only stick one piece of candy in the pinata.
how many takes would you have to screw up for them just be like, you know what, just get it in his general vicinity, we're good.
Fine, this one. We'll use this one.
Slide it right to him.
Not good, and it's sad because 01 it still has promise, and I'm hoping it'll pick itself back up once we get out of this goddamn arc.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Guys, we're not the only ones with thoughts. You guys have them as well in your brain space. Oh my god, returning commenter, weehoo, is back. Putting in a comment. Look at that, man. Welcome back.
Man.
Gonna make this short. Gonna make this short. This arc haven't been as good as the first arc. This episode was all right for the most case. Besides some parts at the end, one thing I'm glad the next two episodes are the
No spoilers?
last of this competition arc,
Okay.
and hopefully we get back to the quality 01 had given before. And another thing, Jin and the human gear was the saving grace of the episode. Besides Thouser, this episode was a 6 out of 10 for me. Even though next week is a competition, I'm glad Hirobi is coming back in action, and they're playing the public speak roles president usually does, which I'm interested to see how will they handle it.
Yeah, I'm like I hate that they're spending so much time on this arc. Like, yeah, I was like, hopefully they get back on track, but it's like you've killed like probably over 10 episodes dealing
Yeah.
with this, and it
Also,
feels like we haven't moved
I feel
forward
like
at
all of the problems we've had so far are Thouser's fault, and I need him to leave. I don't care how good the suit looks. I wasn't even in that boat that thought the suit looked that great. Like I realized that like Hajimari no eyes Atarashi. No, I like the heads of the riders. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but it looks like just a mask over top a black thing,
Yeah.
right?
It like a skull cap or something. Yeah.
Yeah. It looked a bit iffy on 01, but I was able to it's fine because it's like all in black. But Thouser, it's like this gold, and it doesn't look good, and it has this. I don't know, man. I can't get behind the Thouser suit. I'm not a fan.
I like the Thouser suit. I don't like the Thouser civilian outfit, and I think but like Thouser is like a decent like he's good as a villain, as in like he's like very hateable, and like his ambitions make sense in the world that they're in. But just like the plot around him is so awful.
Well, like
that
his
he
writing is
doesn't
so
do anything with it.
inconsistent. Like the first thing he showed us was like, oh yeah, he seems pretty sensible. I guess not. The first the first mini arc in this arc lied to us for some reason. He's just an asshole, and it's not helpful to anyone. He flippantly breaks the law right in front of TV crew, anything that's recording, and thinks it's all right, and suddenly just gets away with it. I hate
That's
it.
the
I hate
thing.
him. I'm not
That's
a fan.
that makes me hate the writing, not him.
I
Because that's when you
they
because
don't
I can
that
hate it.
much.
No, I can hate a character that's written good and hate them because I like they're doing stuff to the protagonist that I don't like, and but it's a good, I'm invested hate.
I
Yeah,
This
understand.
is not an invested hate. This is a I hate this character because every time he's around, the plot just goes wonky and it's just a mess.
I mean
Like
that's the case for
feel
Arto as well.
they put the worst shit on his plate to do. And I don't understand why he's neutering the show, and for some reason, um
Yaiba.
uh huh? Yaiba.
Yaiba.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
poor
I don't
Yaiba.
I don't get it. I don't want it. I don't care for it. Just fix the show.
Okay, like I know she's a female writer, so she's already gonna be a little bit shafted. But like, come on, you don't have to
Yeah,
Yeah.
like overkill it. Like
this
she's already
really
dead.
is. This really is
Why
overkill.
shows any ounce of agency? Like even in this episode, even feeling like we saw her feelings on her face, and then just like, oh no, I can't do that.
Yeah, he
I
was like dragging her into the fucking plot,
I
and she
know.
still didn't do anything.
God, what?
Any other comments?
Oh, oh yes, lots of well, not lots of, but from Double the Unknown, we have his comment saying, "I think the biggest problem with these competitions is that the first episode is always focused on setup, and second episode is where all the real story happens. Which is where all the real story is, which doesn't always do enough to warrant spending 2 episodes on. I don't have as much of a problem with this episode as you guys do because I see Guy as your typical corrupt capitalist businessman who knows how to cover his tracks. No, he doesn't.
No, dude.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
No,
they
he just
aren't.
with it. We don't see the cover up. We don't see it.
No.
He blatantly gets away with it, and like there are no repercussions. There's no explanation.
It is
For it.
it is not some kind of like, wow, this smooth criminal. He's so good. No.
Annie, are you
No.
okay?
No, he's on fire. His limbs are cut off. I don't have corrupt businessman who knows how to cover his tracks and deceive the masses. I think we can all name a few people that act like Guy. Sure. I it's pretty clear they are setting him up to take a massive fall, though. I don't agree with the theories that Yua kills him. I want her to. Those were started over a fake toy catalog people saw. Oh shoot, I haven't heard that. But now that you said it, I want it. I want her to be the one. Because those were started over fake toy catalog people saw. Yua is probably the most frustrating character right now because she's basically Guy's abused puppy who is scared
Pretty
to act
much.
without his permission. Next week, a glimpse into the world of Japanese political campaigns. Also, He says, PSA, if you like Kamen Rider, be sure to support the official release of the original Kamen Rider through any of the options offered by Tokusatsu. That's right. We're not sponsored by them, but boy howdy, and am I happy that Toku is getting localized whatsoever. Yeah, I guess we should pimp that out more. Definitely head over to Tokusatsu. We're getting the original Kamen Rider. Full thing. And you know what? You know what the Sentai DVDs didn't do? They didn't do any of the movies. Kamen Rider has the whole thing and the movies. The whole first, yeah, all. It's a time to have. It's a time to be alive, or not, because you know,
Let's move
We're
on. to
not
your
even
point.
monetized, but they'll like.
Guys, we got a comment from Yuki Miyazaki. Who says, I understand the disdain on today watch along, especially Makotoa not really buying the whole episode plot. I mean, I was like this on last episode, but I set my expectations so low. I had expected it to be bad, but color me surprised. It's a much better compare to the last episode, especially the firefighter segment. I like the fact that the human gear are actually better and did something, but guess we never will. We will never know the reason why all the riders didn't transform back there to save the victim, even though I think it's much faster compared to firefighter. Oh well. You would definitely have something going on in her past between Guy and her. I hope it was explained after this dumb arc ends. And oh, I can't wait to see Zaya downfall after this. And do not make Thousand become good guys, because he repent his crime. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Didn't need it after the shit he done to this series. Man, people drop shit. Pinata getting hit with a bat. Not only that, it happened twice, and my Arta didn't help. Fua is beyond me. All right, I guess that's all I have for this episode. Not much I can talk about it, really. Previews, Well, 2 more episodes for the end of this arc. Gotta hold tight to the last push.
I mean, he did
Anyway,
technically help Fua when he was on the ground for about for about like 5 minutes, just there while like the entire thing was set on the fire, and just kind of
Yeah.
let me finish this comment.
It's kind of
Anyway, I have to rewatch Kira Majors because I want to have something enjoyable after this. Good. That's fair. Also, we didn't even touch on the fact that at the end of the episode, Guy just decides to bring up the whole gun debate. Like, if your weapon is, or like if your belt is what's used for like was it like enforcing the law or some shit?
or is like the last line of defense or something.
Yeah, the raid riser belt, that's for public use. That's for the people to empower themselves with. I was like, why do we need to tackle this? We were already tackling AI and how that affects humanity.
Dude,
and all that stuff.
This is all for the plot twist that he's behind the raid risers.
Oh.
Maybe. I
Honestly,
don't even know. Like,
I
it's like
think I
some
was-
Metsubro Jinrai dot bullshit right now. Like,
Yeah, I was so distracted by the other glaring problems I had with the episode. It didn't even like register to me that he was going there. So
It's strange to me that they want to like bring this in when we have so many other like interesting topics to discuss. You know what I mean? I don't know.
also, I think to double the unknown, still appreciate your comments, even if we don't agree completely with them.
Oh yeah,
all the time.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, like, tell us what you think about our thoughts, about your thoughts, about our thoughts in the comments down below. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Also, like I said, watch Toku on Tokusatsu. I think there is like a dedicated channel now that's playing Tokusatsu like 24/7. And I caught some bits of Ultraman something. It's some really old one. A dude was spinning really fast. It was kind of funny. So take a gander. Guys, thanks for watching. Keep it juicy.
see ya.
Later.
Oh. feel like at some point we're gonna need to do a watch along of just Kamen Rider.
The original.
Yeah, original recipe.
I bet. I have a feeling that it is